Alright guys, we're going to be playing our platinum level Charmers deck. It's a meta hunters deck, it's not a meta deck, because there is no meta support for Charmers. So it's either a rogue deck or I don't know what it is, but it has support for meta. So far we're platinum, so we're gonna play a game. Sometimes I would choose to go second, but I sometimes try my luck going first. Now, something you should know about this deck is that it does not always win, but that does not mean that it's not a good deck. It just means that you bricked. And a lot of the times this deck is susceptible to Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom and Harpy's Feather Duster are the two cards that screw up this deck. Now, they didn't have no Ash, so what we're going to do is we're going to get this one. For a level 4 Familiar Possessed, and one of these, so that we can try to draw another card. Now the main thing on this is to try to get the five pieces of a certain thing together, and that will make this deck unstoppable. So hopefully when we summon this, we draw a card, and that card's going to be either Skill Drain or it's going to be unpossessed, and we did not get it. So now we have to kind of become lucky to see if hopefully our opponent bricks, or they don't have a Harpy's Feather Duster or any type of disruption, because right now we're very vulnerable for them to build their board up and just destroy our board like crazy, because we're only missing 2 pieces in this puzzle, and that is Skill Drain and Unpossessed. Once you get Skill Drain and Unpossessed, it's pretty much home free. So we're gonna end our turn and see what what they start to play. Could be that they're platinum level too, so most likely they're playing a really good meta deck. But even good meta decks brick sometimes. So right now they cannot activate any spell cards. So if they need to activate spell cards, if they use spell cards heavily and they don't have any spellcaster monsters, then most likely they will either give up, or they will try to do it without the spell. You see how they were not even able to do anything? Now what we're hoping right now is for a Skill Drain or Unpossessed. Pot of Extravagance is not the greatest card, but it's gonna give us a chance to see. This guy already quit because he already knew that. Look at that. That's how we win right here. Just the deck alone scares people. So I'm gonna show you the meta deck for all my Charmers, Charmy armies, so that we can win this together. So this is the deck right here. I got 3 of the Battle Fader. Very good for stalls. I usually use Battle Fader for stalls, and I use Threatening Roar for stalls. These right here are actually not part of the deck, so I'm going to take these out. These are just a experiment. You could try to experiment using this, but it's basically like another threatening roar. And also, Heavy Storm Duster is also not part of it, not part of the original deck, but sometimes you do need to destroy your opponent's back row, and that's the only thing that can help you, because all we have for back row is Harpy's Feather Duster, and that's about it. That one and one Possessed Partnership is the only thing that we can do to destroy someone's back row. Then we have 2 Max C. In the regular TCG, can't use Max C, but you could just use two more Torrential Tribute instead of the Max C, because you still have 3 Pot of Duality. So 2 Max C for this. 4 different Charmers. So we have the Fire, the Wind, the Dark, and the Light Charmer. It doesn't matter which ones they are, as long as they're different, because their effects are going to be negated with Skill Drain. And 6 different Familiar Possessed. So you got the Earth, Water, Fire, Wind, Dark, and Light. So those are 6 Familiar Possessed, and 4 Charmers. So that's 10 of your monsters right there. Then we have 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, 1 Terraforming. You might not even need Terraforming. You could just use just 3 Secret Village if you want, just to make it a little bit more consistent. But it's important that you get Secret Village. And we got 3 Pot of Duality. We have Pot of Desires. The thing about Pot of Desires is it's not the greatest thing to draw cards, because it might throw away your essential cards, because it banishes 10 cards from the top of your deck. And this one, Pot of Extravagance, is okay because you hardly use your extra deck, but in the very last sentence it says you cannot draw any cards by card effects. So you can't use Pot of Extravagance and Pot of Duality in the same turn. You could only use this one, and then you're locked out of using Pot of Duality, and also you're locked out of activating Spirit Charmers. So this is a double-edged sword, but sometimes it helps you out. And for our field cards, we have 3 Secret Village of the Spellcasters, 3 Awakening of the Possessed, 3 Spirit Charmers, and 1 Torrential Tribute, 3 Threatening Roar just to stall, 1 Metaverse, but you actually probably don't need Metaverse, so you just take that out. 1 Possessed Partnership, 3 Skill Drain, and 3 Unpossessed. And that's basically the deck right there. It's pretty simple. Your goal is to get Secret Village, 1 Awakening of the Possessed, 1 Unpossessed, 1 Skill Drain, and 1 familiar Possessed. Or if you don't want to if you want to stall, just use a Charmer in defense position. And basically, if you have all 5 of those cards, number 1, your opponent cannot use spell cards. Number 2, your opponent cannot activate effects. Number 3, with Awakening of the Possessed, your Charmers cannot be destroyed by card effects. And with Unpossessed, your Charmers cannot be destroyed by battle. Now, if you put your extra deck is just mainly your Charmers and Familiars, but these count as Charmers and Familiars. So when you put this one on there with those cards, it's going to gain 300 attack for every attribute. Plus, when it attacks, it's going to gain 800 attack. So it's pretty hard to stop. And that's basically the Charmers meta deck. These cards for the Charmers are not meta. So that's why we need to drain the skill of all the monsters just to put us in a level playing field. So it's a pretty simple deck. Basically just trying to get 5 pieces. Trying to get Secret Village, a Familiar Possessed, 1 Awakening of the Possessed, 1 Unpossessed, and 1 Skill Drain on the same turn. And that's basically it. What you want to do is that if you do not have all 5 of those pieces, you're going to battle Fader when they try to attack. You're going to Torrential Tribute when they start summoning and start breaking their boards. You're going to Threatening Roar when they set up their boards. Just to stall until you get all 5 of those pieces. And once you have all 5 of those pieces, you place them. And basically they cannot destroy your board, or they cannot destroy your monsters. So you're pretty much set. The only thing that could hurt you are trap cards like Dust Storm. Dust Storm is the only thing that could break your boards, but people don't even play Dust Storm. People don't play trap spell things that get negated. People usually just rely on the effects of their monsters. So that's the meta deck. It got me all the way to Platinum. Hopefully we could get to Platinum 1, and we'll see if we can get there. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I need more likes and I need more subscriptions so that I can show you more videos.